Hi guys, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. As you saw by the title, I am celebrating Christmas in July, and I have 3 videos throughout the month that are going to have Christmas in July theme. So this is the first one, and this one is being hosted by the Cleaning Queen and original designs by Shoshana, and co-hosted by Tamara, Love My Babies Forever. I will link these ladies' channel down below. Please check them out. Their channels are fantastic and they love Christmas as much as I do. So without further ado, let's get into this video. For this project, I will be using this frame within a frame Dollar Tree sign, and I'm going to paint both pieces in my white chalk paint, and I'm using Linen White by Rust-Oleum. For my second frame to stand out, I am using this zinc acrylic paint by Americana and also adding a little bit of white acrylic paint. And all I'm doing here is I wanted to give it this kind of distressed look. So I'm just dry brushing it and then using a paper towel to kind of wipe it off if it's a little too much. And I'm just going back and forth like this. And the way I dry brush is I just dip my paintbrush into my paint, then brush it off on a paper towel a little bit so it's not the saturated color, and then just dry brushing it onto my frame and just wiping off the excess that I feel like is a little bit too much for the look that I'm going for. Now I'm just taking my frame and hot gluing it to the top of our little sign, and I just love how modern farmhouse kind of it turned out. I love that beautiful dry brushed gray on it. To make my ornament, or to make the O part of joy, I will be using this scrapbooking paper that my friend Monica gifted me, and I was going to use this joy paper but decided to use the paper that says Merry Christmas on it. But you can use anything, gift wrapping paper, Christmas card, anything you can find that says Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, or pretty much maybe anything you want. Maybe it just has a beautiful flower on there, or maybe a Christmas tree. Just some ideas, you guys. But anything you want, just pick it. And for my size, I decided to use this 2-inch circle that I found in one of my cutout sheets, and then just trace the circle and cut it out. With some leftover scrap paper, draw and cut out an ornament topper. Don't worry about what it looks like, we are going to cover it a little later. To give my ornament the illusion of glass, I'm grabbing the silver paint marker that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just tracing all around the edges of the ornament. Now, I was a little bit hesitant about this marker because I didn't know how these markers from the Dollar Tree will work, but you know what? These markers are not that bad, and I think this silver marker did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it worked absolutely fine. To give my ornament topper an illusion of silver, I'm using a tiny piece of aluminum foil and just wrapping the topper in the foil and hot gluing it to the top of my ornament. To make my letters J and Y, I decided to freehand, first with a pencil, then with a permanent marker, the J and the Y. And there you go. Our sign is almost done. For the finishing touch, I grabbed a little scraper and I just made little stripes on the foil piece of my ornament. That way it looks so realistic and it looks like a little ornament topper. Now I'm just grabbing some snowflake stickers and I decided to put them on the 4 ends of the gray frame. For this project, I'm grabbing this piece of banner board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that top bar because I am going to be working on the back side, and I'm going to paint the sign red, and that little bar that I'm removing on top, I am going to paint that white and give it 2 good coats. I'm using Santa Red by Americana for this project. As you can see, this Let It Snow stencil is from Crafter's Corner from the Dollar Tree, and I did get it last year during Christmas time. As you can see, the stencil is really not the best. So all I did was get some red and some white paint and just started fixing kind of back and forth where I felt it went outside the lines. And well, let me tell you guys, I had a lot of fun fixing this. I felt like I had a little project, but at the end it was so worth it because the sign turned out absolutely adorable. One thing you guys are going to find out about me is I love my polka dots. So I got my burlap polka dot ribbon, then I got my grosgrain polka dot black and white ribbon, and a piece of lace ribbon. All of this is from the Dollar Tree, and what I did was I measured it against my board and just cut it to size of the board because we're going to crisscross them, and that way it will make a perfect bow. So before I put the bow together, I grabbed my ribbon and I made ducktails on all the edges. And then I'm just going to crisscross them. So I started with my burlap ribbon and crisscrossed that. Then I did a layer of lace, then my grosgrain, and then another layer of lace. And then just brought it all together with a little jute cord. And then of course I hot glued it to the board. For the finishing touch, I am just grabbing a snowflake sticker and I'm going to dot the I in the word it on the sign. For this project, I'm going to grab my 6x6 frame from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to give the outside frame 2 coats of white paint, and I'm using the chalk paint by Rust-Oleum, and then I'm grabbing the sign itself, flipping it upside down and giving it 1 coat of white paint. We don't really need this to be too bright or anything like that. I just wanted to dull that background. To cover the background, I am using this felt from the Dollar Tree. It is quite thin, and that's why we needed to paint. And I'm just cutting it to size and hot gluing it to the back of the frame. I wanted to give the background a little sparkle, and here are the 2 adhesives from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use the one that is in that aerosol spray paint because the other one dried up where I can't even use it as a spray. So we'll see how this aerosol one works. Now you can use these sparkles from the Dollar Tree, but I felt like they were too big and I could not find really fine ones in my stash. So I am going to use this glitter that I got at Walmart. Now I'm just simply spraying the adhesive on my felt and then just sprinkling the glitter over it. It gives such a gorgeous effect, you guys. I absolutely loved how this turned out. Now, can you believe that this ornament is actually from the Dollar Tree? Yes, did your Dollar Tree have this ornament? I think it's absolutely gorgeous, seriously. My sisters could not believe that I got this at the Dollar Tree. It is just so beautiful. So here what I'm doing is I'm just putting my little background back into the frame. And then I'm gluing the ornament a little bit lower than the middle of the frame. For the first bow, we are using this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree on Valentine's Day. And what I like to do with ribbon that does not have wire backing is I do like to first stitch it with a needle and thread. I'll just put a little bit of needle and thread in the middle, then bring it together and loop and make little knots until I feel like the bow is secure before I hot glue it to wherever I'm actually hot gluing. Now please ignore that greenery in the background because we are going to replace it with something much prettier. For the second bow, I'm using my favorite grosgrain white ribbon, and I am just using the same technique and just hot gluing that second bow on top of our first one. For the center of my bow, I decided to use this absolutely adorable pine cone that I got on one of the ornaments, and I'm just using some wire cutters to get it off of the ornament and hot gluing it straight to the center of the bow. The greenery I ended up using is this really poofy greenery that you see a lot on a lot of Dollar Tree items, like ornaments, like that big bell that's on my table. And so to bring it together so it's not as open, I'm just using some floral wire and I'm just giving it a few loops to kind of keep it together, and this worked really well. After doing this to both of my pieces, I just hot glue them to the back of the ornament because the ornament is kind of rounded at the bottom, so it had plenty of room for me to put the greenery inside and hot glue it. I just felt like something was still missing from the frame, so to give my frame a gorgeous farmhouse look, I decided to grab some of my zinc by Americana Gray, and I'm just dry brushing really lightly along the edges of my frame. Guys, these DIYs brought my soul so much happiness. I was so excited to go through my Dollar Tree over purchase bin from November and December and go through things and pull things out and actually end up doing a video in July with everything that I, bought that was just in storage. And I'm just so excited that these 3 signs turn out so cute and so adorable. Please let me know down below which one was your favorite. If you are new to my channel and are not subscribed, please consider subscribing and please give me a thumbs up. That really does help my channel. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.